Hello and welcome to another episode on Sadhana World Foundation. As you know that our mission has been to craft young lives by telling them stories from our folk tales on moral values. We think that if we could strengthen the moral compass amongst our young people, they would not only become better human beings, but our world would become a better place. We will make much more progress as humanity together. In our past episodes, we have spoken about various moral values such as working hard, discipline, politeness, kindness, and so on. Today we are going to take a topic from one of our folk tales, Panchatantra or Jataka tales. It's all about friendship, choosing the right friends. I hope that you like this story. You would be able to use this story in your conversations with young people around you and help them choose the right friends. Once upon a time, there was a king. He lived happily with his family and his kingdom. He had built a beautiful garden around his palace. He was very animal loving. He had a lot of pets. He particularly took interest in a pet, a monkey called Shamu. King and the queen were roaming around in that beautiful flower garden. Various kind of flowers were there. The garden was filled with the aroma of the flowers. The king was walking. Shamu was with him. Shamu was like his security guard. Since the king was very happy with Shamu and his loyalty and his behaviors, the king had gifted him a sword and had told him to guard him. He was like his personal security guard. Of course, there were other security men and women around. However, Shamu was the special security guard who was always with the king. Shamu had access to many parts of the palace where his own servants and his own courtiers did not have access. So Shamu was in many ways special. He was the trusted and the loyal person of the king. He used to obey king's orders and he was extremely friendly with everyone, naturally enjoyed a special place amongst the king's men and women, the people in the kingdom. That particular day, when the king was walking around the aromatic garden, the king felt tired after walking a lot. King thought that he should take a bit of a rest in the garden while Shamu will guard him. The king called Shamu and said that, "Hey Shamu, you guard me. I'm taking a small nap and make sure that nobody disturbs me." So Shamu, the trusted commander, was in charge of the king's security. There were various flies and bees in the garden, and one such bee came flying and started circling around the king's face. Shamu was very angry and very worried that bee, while it is humming and circling around the king's face, king's nap would get disturbed. Shamu was trying to chase it away. However, the bee will just circle around, come around and circle around. It was impossible for Shamu to chase the bee away. It got angry and took the sword and thought that with the sword he would start scaring the bee away. Of course, the monkey doesn't know how to deal with the bee, so out of anger, in a fist of anger, took the sword and hit the bee. Of course, the bee flew away, but the sword hit the king's body. King got seriously wounded. So everybody started running towards the king when this incident happened, and of course there was a lot of chaos, and Shamu explained why he did what he did. The king felt very sad about it. Of course, the king's wound had to be nursed, which the doctors took care of it, and everything was put to rest. However, king called for a meeting and understood that Shamu was given a special place out of turn and out of a wrong decision that the king had made. The king made good his wrong decision and, in fact, saved his life. He could have been killed due to the foolishness of his friend Shamu. So, what's the moral of the story? Simple: choose your friends wisely. History and scriptures across religions have said all of us as human beings are known by the company that we keep. If we keep the company of the wise men, we will become wise. If we keep the company of the foolish, we would be destroyed. It has been said many times. However, do we really follow this? Many times, as people, we get impressed with the way we are treated by the other person. The evil, the devil, will treat us well. However, are we getting impressed with that good behavior of someone else towards us, which is temporary, but not by the character of the other person? The character of the person, character of the friend defines what conversations you are going to have with your friend, what kind of life you are going to have with your friend. When you are successful, how your friend is going to respond to. When you are in trouble, how your friend is going to respond to. When you have a moment of happiness, how your friend is helping you deal with it. When you are in a moment of indecision, when you are finding it hard to take a judgment about something, how your friend is going to help you in that process. All of these talk about the character of the person that you are befriending or you are making friendship with. It's not about the sweet words that you hear about from the other person. Do we hear the words that we want to, or do we hear the words that we need to? The true friend is someone who will tell us what we need. Many times people just say things that the other person would like to hear. And in that process, the person gets misled. Especially when people are in position of power, authority, or seniority, or do you have something to give, something to sanction, something to approve. A lot of people tend to be around you and tell you words which you would like to hear or which give you temporary pleasure. However, that may not be the right words for you. Those may not be the words that you must hear. True friends are the ones who are wise, who are able to tell you, who are able to sometimes challenge, sometimes give you a different perspective. Choose your friends wisely, my friends. I hope today's conversation was meaningful and you would be able to explain to the people around you about the importance of choosing the right friends. If we choose the friends wrongly, if we choose foolish friends, we are going to be destroyed. We are going to face sorrows, sadness, trouble, and worries, anxieties, and so on and so forth. If we want to lead a good life, we need to circle ourselves with people, those who are true friends of ours, those who have the right character, who tell us the truth, who show us the mirror which gives the true reflection of what we need to see, who bring us back to the right course. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope this was useful. You will be able to use the context to discuss, to converse with people around you in making the right choices. Thank you very much.